Bahamas, Bahamians. Just got a chance to look at this particular clip, and I have a few questions. Let's take a look at it, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Cargill says his warning is mainly for members of the Haitian community. He says, don't come to Abaco unless you have a legal reason to be there. He also defended government from criticism that it wasn't doing enough in reconstruction efforts in Abaco.
We want to encourage the Haitian community that if you don't have a legal reason to be in Abaco, we've alerted the defense force, the police force, that we're going to man the ports. And if you don't have a legal reason to be in Abaco, you don't need to be there. The shelter now.
Hold on. If you don't have a legal reason to be in Abaco, don't come there. If you don't have a legal reason to be there. Now, every sovereign nation, every island have the right to enact immigration laws to protect themselves and the people, so I understand that. But I'm questioning, why is it only Haitian that he had to isolate? Is it only Haitian migrants that leave their country, fleeing devastation or whatever, and to travel out? Is it only Haitian? Why is it that Haitian was isolated, or Haitian is being isolated? I want you guys to help me here as we go along, please. All right? Why did they isolate the Haitian in that particular island, in that part of the world? Why? Let's continue.
So what's that for?
Cargill's warning comes as Immigration Minister Ellsworth Johnson declared that undocumented migrants staying in shelters would face deportation. The Ministry of Environment and Housing recently issued an order prohibiting any buildings from being constructed in Abaco shanty towns for at least 6 months. Cargill says law enforcement officers on that island will ensure that order is respected.
Any attempt to resettle in the other areas, the police have instructions to destroy those homes because...
Ooh, that is just rough. Come on. Again, listen, guys. Listen. I know, friends and supporters, I understand your position on this. Like, what is he talking about? America does it. England does it. Everywhere else enact immigration laws. America deport people every time. Trump said that Mexicans are rapists and they don't want them here. Build that wall. I understand that. But when we hear this type of rhetoric, you know what happened? We get upset. We talk about, why is Trump being so harsh on black people? Now, this is the same black people we're talking about. Bahamas is in the Caribbean. Bahamas is just up the road up there from all the other islands. If a hurricane pass and devastate any one of the island, and God forbid a hurricane like that never pass in any island again, it will, or earthquake, it will displace. It would mean that whichever island is devastated, you might look for some way to at least to settle, to catch back up yourself. Because remember 2010, when that devastating earthquake damaged Haiti, over 100,000 people, some said up to as much as 300,000 people, Haitian, was killed in that earthquake, devastated the island. Up to this day, a lot of Haitians are living in areas in Haiti with top, right? They are going through a lot, even as today, as CNN and the big stations are not reporting it anymore. But that doesn't mean that Haiti is back to where it needs to be. They still needs a lot of help. So people are reaching out in other places to try to survive. But come on, people trying to settle and people trying to get their life together, get their kids and all of that stuff, and you're gonna destroy their houses. Oh, come on. This is... Go ahead, mister. Thank you.
Our purpose of being in Abaco is to ensure that we rebuild the community. If there's a reason to be there, or you have a legal right to be there, of course, come back to Abaco. If you have a home in Abaco, come back. But in terms of the infrastructure for school, long-term health care, etc., it's really not the place to be at this time.
Cargill,
if you have a legal reason to be there, I don't know if it's only me, and I don't want to overreact on this. I want to give the people an opportunity to protect their own sovereignty, their own nation, their borders. I'm not asking or trying to get any country, because I remember just as of recently, we had a situation, we still have a situation happening in Venezuela, and a lot of Venezuelan migrants made its way from Venezuela into Trinidad. And you would remember right here and right along, there was very, very mixed reactions as to the Venezuelan and the number of Venezuelans coming in from Venezuela into Trinidad and Tobago. So I understand the people's reaction whenever you feel that your sovereignty, you feel like you've been taken over. So I understand that. But I think that this is a bit rash. I think this is a bit harsh. I think that this is a bit inhumane. Let's continue.
And reconstruction efforts in Abaco.
I see all the stories on social media about the government not moving fast enough. That's false. We doing everything we can within the scope that we have, and our mandate really is to bring solutions to Abaco and to help with the rebuilding of Abaco as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, including myself. I'm not a Haitian. I'm not from Bahamas. I'm a Caribbean person that sees the Caribbean people or black people as one. That's me. And, you know, when people call me or they call the ride along and they say, listen, they want to donate money to help the rebuilding efforts there in Bahamas, the last thing I'm asking them is their nationality. I'm not asking them if they're Haitian. I'm not asking them if they're Jamaican. I'm not asking them if they're from whatever part of the world. If they want to donate, I'll connect them with people where they could donate to the cause. So this rubs me the wrong way, that you are isolating a particular group of people. You're isolating a group of people, and it's like you're stigmatizing them for wanting to come back and rebuild with the place that they know. There might be Haitians that are living there, and I don't know the full story. I'm still trying to gather the whole makeup of Abaco. I know that there are some sort of shanty towns where Haitian migrants might be living, and then Haitian might be settling. I understand all of that stuff. But what I don't understand at this point in time, where the country is trying to rebuild, is to isolate and push out a certain sector of people who have been settling or who have been trying to make their way into the community. You know, this comes on the backdrop as well of another report that I saw. And this comes from the Prime Minister, and he said that the Prime Minister, Dr. Herbert Minnis, said that he warned yesterday that companies that are hiring undocumented workers will be disciplined severely. He went on to say, I know that companies are hiring in Abaco being contracted. He told The Guardian that report is coming from The Guardian. He said, I send them a strong warning, do not hire an illegal. We will check and you will be dealt with severely. Now, listen, when Donald Trump says this about the undocumented, or they call illegal immigrants, we front up our nose and we say, yo, that is racist, that is wrong, that is nasty, that is inhumane. When he talk about Mexicans are rapists and they coming across and build a wall, don't let them come in and all that stuff, we front up our face and we get so upset with the Republicans and how they're deporting people. There are people that live in here in the United States that came here as a child, and then, you know what, they get deported back to the country. They never lived as much as a good 10 years in their country. They probably came here at the age of 9, 8 and less than that, but they came here, they never got a chance to sort out themselves, but they'd been deported. All sort of unjust things that happen in here. When that happened, we front up our face and we get very upset that America is doing this. Now here we have a Caribbean island that sits right there, that was devastated, and in a position right now, and in a position right now where they have to rebuild. The last thing, one of the last thing I think that should be focused on, right? And again, that is my opinion. One of the last thing that I think should be the major focus is where that help is coming from to rebuild Bahamas. Then you're talking about don't come back there. Do not come back there. That's strict warning. That doesn't send a good message to the rest of the world. It certainly doesn't send a good message to the rest of the world to continue to help. If you're not a Bahamian or if you don't have an associate or family, there might be a Haitian family who have been donating to the Bahamas, that donated to the Bahamas recovery efforts. What you're saying, then you shouldn't donate, you shouldn't help if you're not Bahamian. I think that the message and the optics of it is wrong. You know, let me hear the ending up of this story.
And even applauded Jamaican Defense Force officers whom he says went beyond the call of duty by cleaning up Marsh Harbor International Airport. When asked if he believed there were sufficient Bahamian officers on the ground, Cargill said this.
Defense Force officers and the police officers, they're working very hard in Abaco. They've shown their commitment to the job, and the Jamaicans are working right alongside them. So there's a strong presence of law enforcement in Abaco. Whether it's enough, I guess the results will tell in the long run.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Jared Higgs.
Jared Higgs, that's Jared Higgs over there in Bahamas. He does great reporting. Our News over there in Bahamas. So guys, listen. The optics of it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good because when other countries do it, when England and Canada and the US deport migrants from our own Caribbean people from these places and they send them back, we don't like it. We don't like when the president go on a campaign and talk about immigrants are robbers and rapists and all that other stuff. This is the same message that we're sending across. Listen, I'm still searching for answers. So if you are a Bahamian and you understand this story a little bit better than I do, I want you guys to comment on this. For the people who have mixed views on it, I want you to comment as well, because I want to really, really understand the optics of this conversation right here. Post, comment, inbox if you have information that you could add to this conversation right here. Let me know what you have to say. And don't forget, press like so we could continue to share the story and share the live right here on Ride Along.